Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 30th. And you start with this crescent moon card. It says, as the moon grows, so can your wealth, health, and happiness. Stay positive. You have this web of creation. It says, be aware of what you're weaving in your life to create better experiences. Yeah, spiders are about like the story that you tell. You know, spiders weave a web, which is another way of saying, telling a story. And I feel for a lot of you that, speaking to yourself positively is going to be very important for you. Spiders also represent process to me, and like having a process, when you think about it, a spider has to weave a web first before it can catch its, bugs. And so for a lot of you, there might be some sort of process that you need to follow. And if you follow the process, I feel like you will be extremely successful. Like whether this is work, business, love, money, whatever, doesn't really matter. But I would come up with like some sort of process to do what you're doing. And again, I think it will probably change your life. So that's what I would focus on there. You have the Seven of Wands, the Fool, and the Four of Cups. I feel like you need to take a leap of faith towards something, obviously, with this energy. It's like, I don't know what I feel here. I'm just going to tell you what I feel here, Capricorn. That's what I do. And if I don't know what I feel, I just say it. I don't try to make stuff up, right? So I have no freaking clue what I am feeling off this card. It's almost like I feel like a little bit of resistance, and maybe that's not what the Seven of Wands represents, but that is the feeling that I have on this Seven of Wands, is that you might be resisting taking a leap of faith towards something, and I feel that you need to let down your guard a little bit here with this card. We'll probably come back to this when we clarify. You have the Fool, which says you're probably over-prepared for something. I always say he has this tiny little sack on his back, and he's about to go through the whole entire major arcana with barely anything, because he has everything he needs in his head, and he knows everything that he needs to know. So it's like as much as you can about getting started on something or taking a leap of faith towards something that you want and desire, and it could be anything. Your next row is amazing. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups. So it's like you clearly are wanting to take a leap of faith towards something that will bring a lot of fulfillment, joy, happiness, whatever into your life. I feel like this is like part of the problem is like what will the result be? And I feel for many years that the problem for you, Capricorn, is that the results that you're getting, it's like they haven't been great, And so I feel like you put work into things and you just end up with a disappointment in front of you. And I feel that you are too used to that energy. And again, that's also why I would encourage you to take this leap of faith, because it's almost like you're attracting something that's finally going to work. And but if you don't get back up on the horse, I feel that you're gonna you never will, right? So I want to encourage you to take this leap of faith towards whatever it is. It doesn't have to be love. You have the Ace of Cups here, but it could be a business idea. You have the Ace of Pentacles in the Sun, so it's like something that brings you joy and happiness, and it could be literally anything. And so I feel this first row is just saying, I'm just babbling at this point, so I'm gonna stop talking, and actually we're gonna clarify, and we're gonna see what comes up. So let's see. With the Seven of Wands, you have the High Priestess. Definitely need to trust your intuition. I feel like you're being intuitively guided. You have two cards of potential here as well. You have this and the Ace of Pentacles. The High Priestess really is a card of potential. She has no roof over her head here. And what it represents is that there are no limits to what she can accomplish. The only limit to what she can accomplish is her. So she needs to start working towards something so that she can be successful. And that's really what I feel here. Is it's like you are intuitively being guided towards something that has a lot of potential. And there might be a process, like I said, with that web of creation card, for you to be able to catch that fly, whatever it is. But, if you put the work in, I feel like you're going to have great success. She also practices visualization. She has these 3 stages of the moon on her crown, and it kind of says she sees the beginning, middle, and end of everything she enters into before she enters into it, but she's not necessarily doing that intuitively. She's like visualizing how she wants something to go, so that might help you. With the Fool, you have the Hermit. Yes, something that you've been resisting. It's like you went on this whole long journey to climb to the top of this mountain and to learn all these lessons, which again, I think the last 20 years for you with Pluto in your sign have been rather difficult for you, Capricorn. It's like you've learned all these lessons, but it's like now you need to apply those things. I think that part of the problem is for Capricorn is like you see other people doing things that you want to do, or you see other people who have things that you want to have, and it seems like it came more easily to you for them than it did for you, right? Or it seems like you just can't get the things that you want and other people do. I feel like what you need to realize is that you have grown really big muscles. It's like, while things might have come easy for those people, it's like they're going to have to grow their muscles while they're in it. So let's just use love as an example. It's like maybe you've had a hard time in love, and maybe you know a bunch of people who just have love very easily. It's like, because it's been harder for you, I feel like you've grown bigger muscles than they have. So when you get into something in the future, it's going to be easy. For those people, they're going to deal with those problems in the relationship, right? And I'm not saying that's true. I'm just giving you an example here. And so again, I think same for business as well. It's like maybe you see people who just have the same business you want, much easier. And but really, it's like you're going to be more successful moving forward because you've spent more time in the gym. And I kind of feel like that's what the Hermit is saying. But I also feel like the Hermit is saying, don't become a gym rat. Don't stay stuck in the gym. Like you need to go use your muscles, right, for something. And I feel like that's what this is saying. With the Four of Cups, you have the Judgment card. Yeah, you're definitely waking up to something, or there could be some sort of wake-up call for you this week. We have the eclipse on the 2nd of October in Libra, and it's a solar eclipse. And so solar eclipses, kind of bring light to something that, in this one being in Libra, it could be bringing light to something that will bring balance into your life. And we go up right here to the sun. So I feel for a lot of you, you could be gaining enlightenment this week, or you could be gaining some answers about something that you want. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this guide and protection card. You also have this heavenly messages card, judgment for sure. Judgment can represent a message from heaven, or a message from your guides or your higher self, whatever you want to call it. So I feel like you are being guided towards probably two aces. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. It's like you're being guided towards fulfillment. And the Ace of Pentacles, again, is just something that has potential. I always say that there's this garden right here, and we have to take care of an Ace of Pentacles like a garden. We have to water it, feed it, fertilize it, give it sunlight, and give it a bunch of energy, and we really have to nurture whatever the Ace of Pentacles is into existence. So, if it's a business, you have to have like some sort of routine to make it successful. If it's a relationship, same thing. Maybe it needs certain fertilizer to grow. And the Ace of Pentacles says make sure to also give it attention. You have the sun right here, and the sun makes things grow. And the sun is just attention, love, joy, happiness. So if you can give those things, those energies to what you're working on, it'll grow. You have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, being very happy. This could be a love offer, not really a love reading, but again, as I always say, if you want love, it's it's always available to you. But I also feel this is about getting more into the flow. I have a crap ton of Capricorn in my chart, and something that I really focus on because of all my Capricorn energy is really making things more efficient. And I've probably said this to you before, but if I were a Capricorn, and I pretty much am, because I have a million planets in Capricorn, all I would be focusing on is creating slip and slides in my life. And by slip and slides, I mean anywhere there's friction or resistance in my life, I look at it, I look at the problem, and I say, how can I smooth this out? How can I make it faster, more efficient, better, whatever? And the process is very simple. As I always say, my secret to success has been every single morning, I watch a video on YouTube about YouTube, and I implement it into this channel. That's like one way I remove friction. I've discovered so many tricks over the years of how to make things flow easier on this channel. I think the results pretty much speak for themselves. I do this in other areas of my life as well where I want to grow. I just watch a video on YouTube, I read a book, I read an article, and I implement what I learn, which is a trick. Most people learn things and they don't do anything with it. So again, you can't stay in the gym. You have to get out of the gym and use your muscles, right? So when you learn something, you have to implement it, and that will create more flow in your life. Most of my ideas are really stupid and bad and don't work, right? But it's like when I hit a home run, let me tell you, it's a home run, right? And usually I discover something that works really, really well. And again, I have a lot of failures. That's part of life. So, I'll just tell you that, a lot of the things you try won't work, but when you find something that does work, it'll be worth it. You have the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is total fulfillment, total success, a wish being granted, and feeling really good. And I just have good feelings here. I don't really feel much coming off of this Nine of Cups. I feel it's just talking about like fulfillment. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, there might be some things that you have to walk away from. This is the only card in the tarot that has an eclipse on it. We're in eclipse season, and so you might be cutting certain things out that no longer serve you and just walking towards more fulfillment. We don't actually know what the Eight of Cups is walking towards. Some readers say the Nine of Cups, but we really don't know that's what he's walking towards. All we know is that he is just not fulfilled by something, and so he removes it from his life and he moves towards something that does fulfill him. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Strength card. Again, could be love with the Ace of Cups, but this kind of pushes me more in the direction of you working, the Ace of Cups being more about you, because the Strength card is about working on yourself. That lion is submitting to her, and that lion represents her inner voice, her inner critic, her inner demons. So again, I think the Ace of Cups is more about your own flow, or your own fulfillment, and making sure that you create less friction in your life. With the Nine of Cups, you have the King of Cups. The King of Cups is, again, could be love, but could be your emotions. He is sitting in the middle of these choppy waters, but the whole point of the card is that he's perfectly fine. He's not worried about what's going on around him because he's explored his emotions to such a deep level that he doesn't really worry about anything. He's in perfect control. And a lot of you, again, we had the Pisces eclipse on the 17th of September, and so a lot of you, that eclipse was definitely emotional. And you could be focused on your emotions, or you could be focused on healing emotions so that you can be more successful. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have this Phoenix card. It says Renewal, Alchemical Change, and Reemergence. You have this Emu. It says Curiosity, Strategy, and Endurance. We basically talked about strategy with removing friction from your life, which I feel is going to be important. I feel like the Phoenix is kind of the Hermit. You have the Hermit twice in your reading, and it says Reemergence. So a lot of you, because Pluto is almost done in Capricorn, and in November it'll officially be moving into Aquarius to stay. I feel like you're going to be, it is almost like you are being reborn into the world, or you could even be getting a lot more attention in the world with the sun, because the sun is shining on you, and when the sun is shining on you, obviously you're getting more attention. The sun is the best card in the deck, makes the whole reading more positive, and I do feel like there could just be a lot of happiness, joy, good energy coming in for you here with this card. The sun, believe it or not, is also a card of integration. The sun has these squiggly rays and these straight rays. The sun is a combination of the sun and the moon energy. So when the sun comes up in a reading, it can say that you have combined both energies, like understanding illusions and fantasies, being able to see things clearly, and embracing the journey, and all this other stuff. So a lot of you, I feel, are kind of becoming more integrated. It's definitely popping into my head. You have the Three of Wands. Again, what are you waiting for? There's some sort of leap of faith that you're wanting to take, and I would just do it, whatever it is. The Three of Wands is very expansive, and these boats on the ocean here, they represent an opportunity. This card can represent your ships coming in, but in a lot of ways, those ships are pointing out into the ocean, and he needs to get on those ships and go on the adventure, because they are going into the unknown. The other thing is in this diagonal, you have the King of Cups. He has this boat behind him, and that boat on the King of Cups represents stepping into the unknown. Literally, the boat is meant to represent something very specific. On the King of Cups, it represents a time where our ancestors would get on boats and they wouldn't know where they were going. So the King of Cups, to me, sometimes says you have to explore the unknown, or you have to explore new things, because usually that's where we get growth. You have the Hermit again. Like I said, I feel like it's time for you to reintegrate with society. This card said re-emerge or re-emergence, and I feel that a lot of you, it's like you are breaking out of an egg, and you are hatching here, Capricorn. So that's kind of the feeling I get on this Hermit. With the Sun, you have the Chariot, which would be a victory or a big success coming in for you. The Chariot is also about setting yourself apart. The Chariot comes up a lot. I do think that Pluto and Aquarius, a lot of people are going to be setting themselves apart. I think a lot of people get it wrong with the Pluto and Aquarius energy. They say that it's the collective, which is true, for sure. But that does not mean we should become part of some sort of hive mind where we all believe the same thing. And as a matter of fact, at the beginning of 2026, Neptune moves into Aries. And, one of my big fears with Neptune and Aries is, it's like the rise of cults, so with Neptune and Aries, we could see like cults forming and things like that. But it's basically the, kind of like the herd mentality of everybody believing the same thing in all areas of life. And the Chariot says, like, don't be afraid to be different. With the Three of Wands, you have the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is something like rushing into your life, and I do feel that this way, there could be something rushing into your life, or you could be rushing towards something, like an opportunity that you don't want to miss out on. It's kind of funny, because I feel with this Knight of Swords that it's connected to the Judgment card. It's almost like you are waking up, or you are becoming aware of something that you need to rush towards, right? With the Hermit, I like to see this. You have the Star. You have the Sun and the Star, which I'm pretty sure you get these two cards with me all the time, like together, or at least maybe in your last reading you did. The two together can represent fame and fortune, but really it just says the sun, like the light is on you, that you are shining bright. The Hermit also has the Star in his lantern, and he needs to shine his star out all over the place. So, like, he needs to show the world what makes him special. I can't even title your readings that anymore, which I used to. But all your readings for this year have been about you, like, shining your light to the world, or you being on top of the world, or you standing out in the world. But I think the readings are saying that you need to do that. Like, you need to shine bright so that you can get positive attention. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Happy card, which I love, and this TikTok card. So the Happy card, she's channeling happiness. I kind of do feel like there's something you need to make a move on, which we've been saying this whole time with the Fool. And, I don't think time is running out or anything like that, but I do feel if you are looking at an opportunity with that Ace of Pentacles, that it will be something that kind of brings happiness or joy or fulfillment into your life. You have the Three of Pentacles, the Strength card, and the Knight of Wands. The Three of Pentacles is receiving recognition for the work that you've done. It's a card of quality work as well. So if you are worried that if you start that, idea or business or whatever, that you're not going to receive recognition, this says you will definitely receive the recognition you deserve. So I would let go of your fears with that. I also feel that you could be working hard on something over the next few months that receives recognition. You have the Strength card. Strength, of course, is about being patient, but it's showing up in the area of the good stuff. And we talked about the Strength card with the Ace of Cups. It's like you've done a lot of work on yourself, and that could be what you're receiving recognition for. You could also be being seen as being strong. Again, you have the King of Cups. He's not worried about what's going on around him in the world, and so you could be like a pillar of strength at this time, which could be very beneficial. Being seen as being a pillar of strength can lead to business opportunities, work opportunities, love opportunities, whatever the case may be. So I kind of feel like this is saying you are a pillar of strength. You have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is an adventure. We go like this. It's like you're getting an opportunity. Three of Wands to expand into the world. The Knight of Wands would say you're going on the adventure. So, I feel like you are going to accept any opportunities to be spontaneous or to expand or to step out into the world. And this will probably be very good for you with that Knight of Wands energy. With the Three of Pentacles, what do you know? You have the Fool again. You have a lot of repeating cards here. Your opposite sign, Cancer. I feel like I'm repeating myself here, but you always gets a ton of repeating cards, and not many other signs do. So you have a bunch of repeating cards here, and repeating cards are kind of like confirmation from the universe. I really like readings with repeating cards because it kind of says you're on the right path. Like you're already doing these things, so really there's like nothing that I need to tell you, right? With the Strength card, you have the Five of Cups. In the area of the good stuff, the Five of Cups would say that you are seeing these two cups behind you, and you're getting this bridge and this castle. So the trick with the Five of Cups is to be grateful for with what you have. But again, in the good stuff, it would say you are being grateful, and this could be leading to a bridge and a castle, something much better. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction, and it does seem to me like there is a change coming in for you because you have this Three of Wands and the Knight of Swords, which would be you charging in a new direction, or you kind of charging towards something new in your life. And of course, I think this would be a good thing. You have this March card and this Unicorn. It says use your intuition to make beneficial changes. So I feel like you should use your intuition. You have the High Priestess here, and there could be a lot of beneficial changes between now and the springtime. You have this dog barking. It says advice from a friend. You have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. Anything you can do to work together with other people will probably be extra beneficial. You have this bouquet card. It says compliments from an admirer. Again, if you want love, it is here. Not really love reading. I think this reading is really all about you. But again, if you want love, there you go. You also have this cobweb card, which says protected from negative forces beyond your control. You have two web cards in this reading, the web of creation and this card. So if you are worried that something isn't going to work out for you, it probably is. And I think it's interesting that you have that Four of Cups in your first row, and you go Four of Cups to the Ace of Cups. It's like receiving an offer, but being worried that it's just going to be like all the other offers. So, and I feel like this reading is saying, no, this is definitely going to be a good offer. You have this barrel. It says you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Whatever it is, I would just put a little energy into it, whatever is lacking, and I feel like you will receive it. But this is a really good reading, Capricorn. I like where this is going. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.